Step by step, things getting realer and realer. We will give praise, glory, and honor to the Most High Yah by way of YAHUSHA HaMashiach, our Master. And with that being said, John chapter 5 and verse 39. Kingston, sit down.
Kingston, come here.
John chapter 5, verse 39. Search the scriptures, for in them you think you have eternal life, and they are they which testify of me. And ye will not come to me, that you might have life. I receive not honor from men, but I know you, that you have not the love of Elohim in you. That's what a lot of people made the problem at the end of the day. Don't have a love for the word. Just like we were talking about last night, because they didn't have a love for the word, they couldn't hear. Now, we were talking about something, again, I ask again, besides D, any of y'all ever heard of Mashiach being born during tabernacles? You done heard that before? You done heard that before, Troy? What information did they give you, Pale, to back up that assertion?
They said they really have no real information. All I heard as far as that goes, he was born through a warm season,
Okay. I want y'all to look at something, because D said that made mention of something that she said is what they used. Hello? Luke chapter 2 and verse 1. Hello? How you doing, Teresa? All right. Luke chapter 2 verse 1. That was Luke chapter 2 you say they used it? To say he was born during tabernacle. Well, we're going to look and see. We don't want to start. We'll look at verse 1, and then we'll work our way to verse 17. We're not going to read everything like that, though. Probably read about verse 4, and then I'm sitting here looking, and then we just going to drop down to about verse 15, maybe verse 11. It came to pass in those days that there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be taxed. This taxing was first made when Cyrenius was governor of Syria, and all went to be taxed, every one into his own city. And Joseph also went up from Galilee out of the city of Nazareth into Judea unto the city of David, which is called Bethlehem, because he was of the house and lineage of David, to be taxed with Mary his espoused wife, being great with child. And so it was that while they were there, the days were accomplished that she should be delivered. So she's about to give birth, right? Now come on over here to about verse 11. He say, for unto you is born. Well, make it verse 8. Let me read verse 8 first. There were in the same country shepherds abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night. Now, y'all remember we looked at this for a particular reason once before? Who remembers what, a long while back we looked at this for once before? Why did we look at this once before? It tied to something we were just talking about on tabernacle. It said the shepherds were watching their flock by night, right? Because the dude told me you shouldn't have service on Shabbat at night. You know what I'm talking about? You done heard that before? People tell you that, right? But he just said that. We're just going to reiterate something. He say shepherds watching their flock at night. Now go on back over here to Jeremiah 23 then, and again get you 1 Peter chapter 5. Jeremiah 23. Now why would you do that? Now wouldn't common sense tell you to place it where it would go instead of throwing it in the middle of the floor? Now, how many of y'all by show of hands think he should be hit upside his head for such a silly move? Anybody else? Huh? What'd you say?
So I got some more leather.
Well, come here, son.
Got some leather around back.
Go ahead. Don't be stupid. You know better than that. Now the only reason why that had to occur, cause I know you know better than that. You 9 years old, man. You know full well you don't take no toy and throw it in the middle of no floor. You know what I'm saying? Cause that type of stuff did good, cause I know he know better. The nigga ain't dumb, but the nigga act like he ain't got nail tap of sense though.
Come on with it.
You know what I'm saying? I just sat here and watched him grab that shovel and just throw it right there to the wall.
Stop.
Woo! I got a half a mind to slap him again, but I'm gonna let him live. Cause one time is sufficient. One time is sufficient. He like this here. I can't stand that nigga. Bring your behind right on over here though. Just come on over. Just come on over. I ain't even licked my hand this time. Last time I licked it. Just like this here too. Got it good moist. What? He had one too. He had him a fresh cut last week. He had just got that haircut too, didn't he? We might have to get that nigga to George Jefferson, send him to school like that.
Oh, that's how you punish him. Ain't
Yeah, I did that.
That's messed up.
No.
You did that already.
The bald head.
No.
Nah, you talking about
the old
The George Jefferson is the bold.
Uncle Phil. Yeah, the other
The
one.
Uncle Phil. You know the Uncle Phil. The bozo the clown. See, then you know what we're going to end up having to do? You know what we're going to end up having to do? You know what we end up going to have to do? I'm going to have to end up getting, y'all pardon me for a minute. I'm going to have to end up getting me a sock and load him up. And every time he do something stupid, bah! You know we don't play that.
Stop.
That homie the clown. Even though the man tried to keep him down. Socks.
No.
23 and 3. Make it 1 again. 23 and 1. Well, you stay getting crashed with that fake crime. Whoa! Be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture. Saith Yahuwah. You gotta go and get it because they keep getting loud. You gotta hush it up. Therefore, thus saith Yahuwah Elohim and Yasharal against the pastors that feed my people. You have scattered my flock and driven them away and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doing, saith Yahuwah. Now, if a stock, when's the best time to come scatter a flock? At nighttime, because you wagering ain't nobody watching. You know what I'm saying? See, hold with, huh? Come on out here to John chapter 10. Yep. Well, what Lizzie back there talking about? Hold on 1 second. John 10 and about 11. He said, I am the good shepherd. Make it 10 and 10, my apologies. The thief come not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly. I am the good shepherd, and the good shepherd give his life for the sheep. But he that is a hireling and not the shepherd, whose own the sheep are not, see the wolf come and leave the sheep and flee, and the wolf catch them and scatter the sheep. The hireling flee because he is a hireling and care not for the sheep. See, a lot of them be like, see, you ain't got no business having them people coming out at nighttime to hear no word. They need to be at home meditating, praying, and fasting. You don't care nothing about them people, so you go ahead and let that wolf and that thief come in and catch them and scatter them. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you trying to tell people that 52 times a year is sufficient enough for them to get what they need. That's not counting no feast days, just 52 times a year. That's all you need. With all the information that's in this word, 52 times a year is just not going to be enough unless you're going to be there 12 to 16 hours. That means you're going to have to be up there from the time the sun came up till it went down again. And you know most people's attention span ain't that long. You know Buddy fell asleep on the house when Paul was alone preaching like that, fell through the roof and died. Paul had to come around there and get it. Say he ain't dead. I mean, at the same time, you wouldn't, I mean, in essence, you wouldn't be mad at him if the man been preaching 12, 14 hours. I mean, eventually you probably gonna doze off. You doze off 2, 3 hours, you got a problem. 12, 14, I could give you a pass. That's a long time to be sitting still. You know what I'm talking about? You know, we'd have been had to strangle all these children if we had to do that. Every last one of them, hanging them up on the wall. Anybody say, I want to get out, I'm hungry. You just gonna stay right here till we finish. I know we've been had to drop kick him in his mouth. Any of y'all know how to do a super kick? Y'all know what a super kick is? Shawn Michaels kicking right into sweet chin music. Come on back to Jeremiah 23. Sweet chin music. That was kicking right in mouth. Wow! You know what I'm saying? Only one gonna be chilling look like it's probably is Iggy and Lil Muffin.
No.
Your mama say she ain't gonna be chilling, you keep giving me this formula. Say, I need that real stuff. Say, this stuff too light. Say, you trying to give me this watered down stuff. Say, I like my Hennessy straight, no chaser. Trying to get me some chaser and some ice. So I want no Remy on the rocks. 23 and 3. I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all the countries whither I have driven them, and I will bring them again to their folds, and they shall be fruitful and increase. And I will set up shepherds over them which shall feed them, and they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed, neither shall they be lacking, saith Yahuwah. So let's look at 1 Peter chapter 5, because he said he gonna feed them. You see this man watching the flock at nighttime. You turn around and even look at a Mashiach, because he the chief shepherd. What is you crying for? Oh, that's Lizzie. Who knows what she crying for? She really say she won't sit down. 1 Peter 5 and about verse 1. Pardon me. It's all right, Kingston. He said, the elders which are among you I exhort, who am also an elder and a witness of the sufferings of a Mashiach, and also a partaker of the glory that shall be revealed. Feed the flock of Elohim which is among you, taking the oversight thereof, not by constraint but willingly, not for filthy lucre, but of a ready mind, neither as being lords over Elohim's heritage, but being in samples to the flock. Now, what did the Mashiach tell you to do? When if these people are watching, come back to Luke chapter 2. What did the Mashiach tell you to do? If the shepherds are out here watching the sheep at night, didn't the Mashiach tell you to do something like that too? Didn't he tell you to watch too? Even when we just read it last night, when he was with his apostles, and he was sitting there telling you couldn't watch with me for 1 hour. It was nighttime, wasn't it? He said you couldn't watch with me. You couldn't stay woke with me. I need you to watch over these people. You know what I'm saying? I need you to watch over the flock. Even when he was finna get ready to die, he was up there on that tree, and it was nighttime. He was still watching over his flock at nighttime. I'm still here. I ain't went nowhere. You know what I'm saying? That man ain't never told you couldn't hear no word. If the Shabbat come in that evening, you don't think them people are sitting around here going through no word in certain place? Only place they probably wasn't at is the temple. You got to realize they was in the temple working. Well, you know, it was sacrifices you had to make that evening, right? Get Ezra chapter 9, just so you know. But Mom said, you better tighten up, Mom Dukes. Ezra 9 and 3, I should say. What made y'all give her the name Lil Muffin? You chose that name, Troy?
Nah, that's deep.
What made you do that?
I mean, she didn't have a name at the moment, so I went with Muffin.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
What's birth certificate?
Yeah, that was like 15 weeks.
You had named the baby after 3 months?
I mean, I ain't know what to call it.
I'm like, this my muffin.
See, just walk around calling the baby Muffin. She ain't got no name. Say, what her name is?
I'm talking about 15 weeks before.
Crazy.
Oh, no, she had a name by
Wow.
Oh, we thought they didn't have no.
Just walking around while you sort it out. You know what I'm saying?
White people do that. Medical.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. I wonder if she gonna grow up and like muffins like the original muffin do. You still like muffins? You still like muffins? I mean one time she was hot. She bought some blueberry muffins from that corner store over there by Fort Carolina. They was past date. Nigga ain't want to give her no freshness. Somebody said you can't sell little muffins, bad muffins. Ezra 9:3. And when I heard this thing, I rent my garment and my mantle and pluck off the hair of my head and of my beard and sat down astonied. Then were assembled unto me every one that trembled at the words of the Elohim of Yasharal because of the transgressions of those that had been carried away. And I sat astonied until the evening sacrifice. And at the evening sacrifice, I arose up from my heaviness, having rent my garment and my mantle. I fell upon my knees and spread out my hands unto Yahuwah, my Elohim. Now, why would this be important? Why would this be important, y'all? There's two things that Ezra just said. The people who feared the Most High came to him at the evening sacrifice. And then he said at the evening sacrifice, he rose up from his heaviness and rent his garment and his mantle. You know what a mantle is, right? Don't tell him. You know what I'm saying? Why is that important? He rent his garment and his mantle. And he rose up at the evening sacrifice from his heaviness. We read about his heaviness last night, didn't we? Anybody want to take a shot at it? Go ahead, Glover, roll the dice.
Oh, you talking about what? Heaviness probably be the cover the affliction, right?
He said he rent his garment and his mantle. And he rose up at the time of the evening sacrifice from his heaviness. Tear. Rent means tear.
So that's the thing.
Remember we was just looking at that when he said rend your heart and not your garment. Remember I was telling you the thing that we did for mourning is we ripped our clothes.
I don't know. I know you can't wash it. You can't wash it with your head covered as a man.
That's when the tabernacle got real.
When they parted his garment, cast a lot, then he was sacrificed after they parted his garment.
Yep, because they definitely rent his garments and his mantle. And then he did it twice though. So you guys said, like I said, this happened twice. We look at Matthew 27 first. You'll see that this happened twice. Notice he said that everybody came to me at the evening sacrifice who feared the Most High and they trembled. What would cause them to tremble? Because the earth shook. At the time of the evening sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? And then the second time, he said, I arose from my heaviness. You gotta remember something. When they took his garments, he hadn't arose from his heaviness yet. I'll show you what I'm talking about in a minute. Nah, I got nothing. Matthew 27 and about verse 29. I'll make it about 31. And after that they had mocked him, they took the robe off him and put on his own raiment on him. And they led him away to crucify him. Remember that we were talking about that last night? They put his own clothes on him. No fool well this man ain't had no toga robe on him. You know what I'm saying? And they came out, they found a man of Cyrene, Simon by name. They compelled him to bear his cross. And when they were coming to the place of Golgotha, that is to say, a place of a skull, they gave him vinegar to drink mingled with gall. And when he tasted thereof, he would not drink. And they crucified him and parted his garments. Now, this is a case in point of what I'm talking about. If they parted his garment, if he had on that moon sun robe, what is there to part? Because that's one garment. That means if they parted his garments, that man had to probably have a shirt, an undershirt, you know what I'm talking about? Pants, drawers, socks, possibly a hat. You know what I'm talking about? Not no toga. Not no robe. When you can lift up and see my booty cheeks. We black, we don't do stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You see how we get frowned up right now with all these old sissified dressing niggas walking around here. You know what I'm saying? Look at this nigga here. Niggas walking around here with skirts on. Kanye got a clothing line, nigga look like a beggar.
Homeless people.
Want stacks to look like a homeless man. Nigga say, all I gotta do is go down there by the city rescue mission. I can get that done. But you know, it is what it is, man. He said they crucified him and parted his garments, casting lots, that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by the prophet. They parted my garments among them, and upon my vesture they did cast lots. But yet the evening sacrifice hadn't came yet, because it was still sun shining. So when we drop down about verse 45, we begin to see something. Now it says, now from the 6th hour there was darkness over all the land until the 9th hour. So now if he's up there on the tree, what does he become? Eating the sacrifice. And about the 9th hour, Yahusha cried with a loud voice, saying, Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani, that is to say, my Elohim, why hast thou forsaken me? And some of them that stood there when they heard this said, this man cried for Elijah. And straightway one of them ran and took a sponge and filled it with vinegar and put it on a reed and gave him to drink. The rest said, let us see whether Elijah will come to save him. And when Yahusha cried again with a loud voice, yielded up the ruach. And behold, the veil of the temple was rent in twain from the top to the bottom, and the earth did quake and the rocks rent. And the graves were opened, and many bodies of the Kodeshim which slept arose, and came out of the graves after his resurrection, and went into the Kodesh city, and appeared unto many. Now when the centurion and they that were with him, watching Yahusha, saw the earthquake and those things that were done, they feared greatly, saying, truly, this was the son of Elohim. So those who feared the Most High Yasharal stood there at the evening sacrifice and trembled. You know what I'm saying? So now we're going to have to turn around and look at how was his garments rent and his mantle rent. Like I say, mantle is a head covering. So how was his garment and his mantle rent, and how did he arise from his heaviness at the evening sacrifice? Anybody got any idea? Get out your shirt. Anybody? Anybody want to take a crack at it? Well, come on around here to John chapter 20. We'll take a crack at it. We'll get back to Luke chapter 2 in a minute. Yes. Tabby table time. Go sit down, Space. What I'm gonna say is Iggy talking to Muffin over there? They talking to each other? Well, let's look at about John 20. My page is a little ripped there. About verse 5, I suppose. John 25. Everybody all right? The Muffin good and all right. I think she talking to Iggy for real. Like this here. See, like this here, and he ain't said nothing back to me. I don't like that. No, he hear me talking. That's just how all y'all women be acting. I know you hear me talking to you. He don't want to say nothing to me. No, he heard me talking to him. Say, I heard you. You wasn't saying nothing. That's why I ain't respond. John 20:6. Say, then come Simon Peter following him and went into the sepulchre and see the linen clothes lying, and the napkin that was about his head not lying with the linen clothes, but wrapped together in a place by itself. Now, when did it say that this man got up?
First day of the week.
And if he got up at the first day of the week, when would he had to get up? He had to get up at even. The morning time they came, they got there in the morning. They got there in the morning. He said he arose. We just looked at his heaviness last night. Remember he said, I looked for comforters. There wasn't nobody there. He said, I'm exceedingly sorrowful, even unto death. You know what I'm talking about? He was heavy in his heart because I'm about to die. He said, at the time of the evening sacrifice, I arose from my heaviness and rent my garment and my mantle. You know what I'm talking about? You don't read nowhere anywhere where Mashiach rip his clothes up, but yet when they come to that grave, his clothes and his mantle is over because they had the linen cloth over his head. Wow, I don't need this no more. I don't need this no more. I didn't get up from my sorrowness and my heaviness, and now I can go make supplication on my people's behalf Because I done got up. What else? The key thing you supposed to call this arose from my heaviness. For he went in that grave, he was very heavy. Said, I'm exceedingly sorrowful, even unto death. Don't you think that would be a little heaviness? Don't you know? And I'm mentioning this for the exact reason because the priests had to make sacrifices at the temple at specific times. In evening, at noon, in the morning. Like, you ain't making no sacrifice at nighttime. Ain't no priest in the temple at nighttime not to make no sacrifice. That will be done. You know what I'm talking about? That's the law. They got to do it. Look at Matthew chapter 12. Right, verse 1. At that time, YAHUSHA went on the Shabbat day through the corn, and his disciples were hungered and began to pluck the ears of corn and to eat. But when the Pharisees saw it, they said unto him, Behold, thy disciples do that which is not lawful to do upon the Shabbat day. But he said unto them, Have you not read what David did when he was hungered, and they that were with him, and how he entered into the house of Elohim and did eat the shewbread, which was not lawful for him to eat? Neither for them which were with him, but only for the priests. Or have you not read in the law that how that on the Shabbat day, the priests in the temple profane the Shabbat and are blameless? Now, how would the priests in the temple make the Shabbat common?
They were doing sacrifices.
And everything they do every other day, they doing it on that day, ain't nothing changed. So that means whether it's nighttime, daytime, don't make no difference. That's got to be done. This man ain't put no specific time. The word can only be preached in the daytime, and that's the only time to be taught because my priest work round the clock. You know what I'm saying? That's just stupidity or something. Come back to Luke chapter 2, though. I remember I told that dude I was finna go be preaching. No, you don't need to be preaching to these people. They need to be in their homes, studying, fasting, and meditating, that y'all may speak to them. I say, I hear you, man. I still got to preach at 8 o'clock. I'll holler at you later. I imagine that's how he sounded when he talked. That was one of the dudes that dude made that diss record about. You wasn't in here when I told you about the diss record. Man, dude made a diss record, man. Dissing a dude. The brother in a wheelchair. The dude said in the rap, since you believe in Jesus so good, why don't you take up your bed and walk? Look how Troy looked. Like, no, how dare he? He really said that, though. Rapping over any of y'all ever heard the Jay-Z Rock La Familia Dynasty album? You know that first song on the CD? That intro, that's the beat he rapping over. I used to listen to that song a lot. Smoked a lot of weed, sold a lot of dope listening to it. You know what I'm saying? And he said, as a matter of fact, Jay-Z said some blasphemous stuff on that record. He said, I never read the Quran or Islamic scriptures. That nigga say the only Psalms I read was on the arms of my niggas. You know what I'm saying?
I heard that.
Yeah, I mean, that's 2001. That's probably before your time. But that's what he said on the record, though. You know what I'm saying? He used to play it hard. Even when he said it, you know what I'm saying? You nigga listen to it like, that's some wild thing to say, but you just keep on going. That nigga Jay-Z had a song called The Evils. Well, that nigga said, we never prayed to God, we prayed to God E. On that same song, he said, even if Jehovah Witness, he'll never testify. You know what I'm saying? Like, but when you young, you just be like, you know what I'm saying? It might give you a pause, but it don't make you like, I'm going to crack this CD in half and never listen to it again. Or I'm going to say this then at that time, tape. I'm going to break this tape in half and never listen to it again. That dude on that same freestyle say, I'm the rabbi, I'm Satan's incarnate. This thing, when you know when somebody say they're incarnate or something, he say that I am the physical representation of this person. I am Satan reincarnated. I am the adversary. I remember one time we were preaching something on the just man falling 7 times, and a dude came on there and he said, I'm here to oppose everything that you say. I said, well, you sound like the devil. Because Satan by definition means adversary. You know what I'm saying? That's what it means by definition is adversary. He is to oppose. See, that's what y'all don't be realizing is that that's what Satan is here to do, is to oppose everything that is of Yah. And all his servants and his minions and his children, that's what they come to do. When you read things about the sons of Belial in the law, all the sons of Belial came to do was oppose what Yah had ordained. You know what I'm saying? When you look at Satan, that's why Mashiach told Peter, get behind me, Satan, because you desire the things that be a man and not the Most High. Because he know this ain't Peter. See, Satan always going to be with the things that are of the flesh and not of the spirit. And that's how he going to come. If you're not aware or cognizant of that, you're going to fall every time because you lame. See, one thing about it, man, you know, how many of you know, there's a saying in the streets, say about don't go to war unless you got your money right. See, you can't go to war spiritually till you got your mind right. Because you're going to go to war and you're going to get your whole head dusted. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of dudes fall, because they think they ready to brawl and all this type of stuff they ready to do. And you're not really ready to fight that. You jumped out, you jumped off the porch, you wasn't ready yet. I know a lot of dudes jumped off the porch too soon. And they dead now. Or they in prison, or they smoking drugs. Or they on numerous drugs. You know what I'm saying? See, some of y'all were sheltered, and it was good that you were sheltered. To a certain extent, it was bad because you're not really hip to the type of stuff that go on. That you know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas can run a lot of game on you because your experiences are minimal. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, the word should help maybe expedite your maturation process. You know what I'm talking about? That way you can be cognizant of the ways of the wicked. Because these people wicked out here, man. And like this here, people run all types of game. All types of game. I'm talking about all types of game. Stuff y'all be thinking be innocent and don't be nothing, nigga running game. Do you know what I'm saying? And they finna sit back and see who gonna be the duck to go for it. That's how Satan rolls. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna see if you gonna go for this. I'm gonna come at you with it. That's why he say, they ain't visited my flock. You sit back and look at a dude say, man, I ain't coming out there at nighttime to preach to them people. You ain't visiting them then. A shepherd visit his flock at any time, at any place. Oh, when you fall. Come on back to Luke chapter 2. Don't you realize that he said, woe to the pastor, they ain't visited my flock. So you only supposed to come visit them at night in the daytime, and at nighttime, them sheep just on their own. Whatever happened to them, happened to them. If it was 35 of them out there, man, I get back and only 6 of them left. I don't care what happened to the other 29. That's why he say the hireling don't care for the flock, because it's not his. Now, common sense would tell you to ask for a paper towel, now wouldn't it? Yeah. No, I ain't no slapping. That's just not thinking. Yeah. I'm talking about, look, and then how you're flicking your hand, you're looking like a woman, like she drying her nails after they get painted. I'm telling you, that's what a man. I'm talking about, unless it's a good shirt, then he just be like this here. Well, I'll be glad when they dry. Or he been or they do this move here, we do this move here. On your legs. You hit your jeans. That nigga came in here like this here. Like that episode when Stewie was doing this here. And Brian came up and said, "Gay, you doing this?" Never do that, son. Never do that. Men don't do that. You know what I'm saying? You don't do your hands like this here, man. You don't do this here. That's what women do when they get their fingernails painted. I know you said you probably seen your mama do that many a day. Painting her fingernail, probably shaking them old card hoppers she got over there.
You know
what I'm saying? Like this here, say niggas say they don't get no shoes, they get horseshoes. Ain't no regular shoes. There ain't no regular feet over there. I seen them too. They walked in the house, they almost had a heart attack. Say, boy, you supposed to put some slides on, some slippers or something. Like this here, that's why he be mad all the time. That's why you be upset. She be kicking with them feet, don't you? You know what I'm saying? Nigga say, yeah, that's what he say.
He's in the bed.
He said she be in the bed with him. Cutting your poor body up, ain't it?
Oh, she real.
All the sheets ripped. He like, man, I gotta get another shot for Tomaine Porter. I'm tired of coming around here for this.
Tomaine.
Let me stop before your mama beat you when you get home. 'Cause you ain't earned this whooping here. I'd have been done got you that one now. I'm gonna stop before we been done got you one. I ain't gonna lie to you. We'll save you from that one. You ain't earned that one. You wouldn't have earned that one. You know what I'm saying? He sit there and say, he said, I appreciate it. He said, I sure wish he stopped cutting me with him though. That's how he looking. He say, we don't like this here, boy. We gotta, I think after they say, boy, you get married, I think everybody in here gonna put you in for a bridal gift. You go see the Asian people 6 times in one thing. That man gonna be like this here, you ain't cut me with them things. Y'all ain't never seen him.
We have seen him.
You seen him? Was you scared?
Of course.
I don't know. We waiting to catch you slipping them things. Look like you been all out here kicking dumpsters. You get it too. He say, nah, never that hunting. Troy, what them feet look like?
I ain't gonna let you size up. He got pretty feet.
Okay, Troy said, you heard. Yeah, hold on. That's what I'm saying. So we go in first. But look out, hold on. Hey, hold on, I got to assess this one here. Did you see the nigga drop his chin?
And turn his head to
And then turn his head and then hit the key sweat. I ain't gonna let you size. People got some pretty feet. This is the Sweat Hotel. Look at it.
Hey, yo, shorty.
No, don't try to, hold on. Don't try to bounce it off around here like this here. You like say you don't even talk like that for real.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Like the way they called me out as a fool, he told me, you trying to cake me? I'm like, bro.
Call this nigga, got your bedtime voice on. Better bring that to D. I don't want to hear that nigga.
Turn off.
I'm telling the nigga come on here talking about he Barry White. Around here talking about a secret guard. You better take that around the corner somewhere. That nigga put the voice on. Everybody in here know Troy don't talk like that. Voice be good and high. That nigga came around here like this. Hold on, y'all. We go. I'll piece squeal. But on that one there, that nigga did like this here. That nigga tucked that chin. Turn that head to look at D. I ain't gonna let you size. D got some pretty feet. Ain't no size because if her feet ain't ugly, ain't gonna mess with her. I tell T couple times, boy, you need to go see them people. Them things looking pretty bad.
Visiting.
Ma, what you got over there? I know, I done seen yo too. I'm talking about look like you been running through a pile of burnt mushrooms. But it's all right.
That nigga said, mushroom.
What you laughing for? You gonna be massaging them when she go like this.
He gonna pay that money. I'm paying that money. You're done.
Yeah, like this here. If I was gonna be like here, my bunions hurt. I got you, baby.
Don't be against the hot sauce.
You know what I'm saying? We already. I wasn't gonna go that far talking about putting them things in his mouth. I wasn't gonna go that far. I got to get you now. You right here got the man's last name on you. All bets is off.
I didn't do it.
Nigga, you.
I go smooth throughout that grape seed, huh? No, I didn't. Oh.
That was his phone.
But I'm talking about. But you said it for it rain. You already knew.
Oh yeah.
She checked it, dude.
She talking about. Oh yeah. Like you say, you better know it. What's wrong with this nigga? Boy, my so aggressive, nigga. You better like this. How you think you here?
Well, I'm not.
There you
Oh,
go.
no low lime shirt on. I can't even see. Hey man, Luke chapter 2, man. Hey, I like to see y'all play. I like the Seahawks colors.
I'm trying.
I've been messing with
You like to see what?
Seahawks. You got on the Seahawks colors right now.
No.
That's what he said, Marshall.
I mean, I got a lime green polo myself.
You need deflection.
I got 2 lime green polos.
Richard Sherman shit.
Oh boy, let's keep on getting this work in. I'm messing with y'all.
Oh, bro, you think?
They say, hold on, bro.
I like that shirt, bro.
That nigga Troy came right. That nigga Troy came around here talking like Miguel. I don't even know who that is. I just seen his name a lot.
Hey, man, you side that nigga gay.
I don't even know who that is. I just know who that is. Yeah, I got.
He got a ball.
He got them all. I told y'all know who that is. I just seen women, you know what I'm saying, talking about it. Ain't it though? Nigga said, hold up, Cole, you been trying me. Nigga said Miguel. He like this, he don't try me like that. That nigga gay. But yet you ain't had no problem putting on the lover boy voice. He talked to you like that on a regular basis, dude.
He answered the phone with you.
I'm talking about how he just spoke just now. When he
They
said,
be on the defense for each other, boy. How you think Muff got here?
Oh, that was lame. That's dry.
I mean, he has a
he was whispering sweet nothings in your ear.
Nah.
Talking to you like this here.
back.
Do you know
I
you
was
do?
listening to it got Muff.
And you got nice feet. You probably go around here talking about, I like your knees and ankles.
What?
You told her that? Boy, I was gonna say, well, if you told that woman I really like your knees, I like the way they bend.
Well,
I'd be like, boy, that boy there crazy. Luke chapter 2 now, about verse 11. He's sitting there look at that ankle. You know, you got some nigga freaking like that. I seen her ankle, bro.
You see that wrist?
You know what I'm saying? Say, look at that elbow. It's so pointy.
Back up here so sexy.
Woo! Boy, Troy, you earned that one now. I might bring that up periodically for the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Oh, man.
Just know it. I'm letting you know. You know what I'm saying? You might gotta. I'm talking about that might be a continual like stuff we hit them with. Like it could come up at any time. Don't sit there. Don't do that, man. You know your savage eating that could come up anytime. That ain't never gonna be forgotten.
Ain't nobody see it.
You know what I'm saying? It's all right. He got a hand on the head. This nigga gonna start talking about me. Like, so you ain't gonna say nothing? Nah, I ain't gonna say nothing, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Just take it like Brittany do. Just cheese and just turn your head. She say after a while it'll stop. He say, for unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is a Mashiach the Master. This shall be a sign unto you. You shall find the babe wrapped in swaddling clothes, laying in a manger. Suddenly there was with the Malachim a multitude of the host of Shamahim praising Elohim, saying, esteem to Elohim in the highest, and on earth shalom, goodwill toward men. It came to pass as the Malachim were gone away from them into Shamahim, the shepherds said one to another, let us now go even unto Bethlehem and see this thing which is come to pass, which the Master have made known unto us. And they came with haste and found Mary and Joseph and the baby lying in the manger. And when they had seen it, they made known abroad the saying which was told them concerning this child. And all they that heard it wondered at those things which were told them by the shepherds. But Mary kept all those things and pondered them in her heart. And the shepherds returned, glorifying and praising Elohim for all things that they heard and seen as it was told unto them. Now, it tells you now that after that 8 days, they take him to be circumcised. And he was born during tabernacles. That means he would have had to been born during the feast. And that means Mary could have not attended it. You know what I'm saying? And with Joseph being in the room when he was born, he couldn't have attended it either. And then, they make the thing is, you knew it with tabernacles because there wasn't no room in the inn because everybody was in Jerusalem for the feast. Like, where's you getting all that from? You trying to come up where it say it wasn't no room in the inn. It just said them people say we ain't got no room for you to stay here. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean that there was no festival going on or none of that. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean that. It just means we ain't got no room for you. You know, say sometimes you could pop up at a hotel and they ain't got no rooms and ain't nothing going on. You know what I'm saying? Just had a lot of travelers, man. Hey, we bamming today. You know what I'm saying? We bamming today. I ain't got no room for you. When you take into account that they were traveling from one city to another. They were traveling to Bethlehem. They had to get there to fulfill the word. He in swaddling clothes because this testified in the word as well why he had to be in swaddling clothes. Y'all know where that's at, where that testifying of the swaddling clothes. Right?
Moses run out the river?
No. Ezekiel chapter 16. What they wrapped him up in. But Leah hit her head. She was hollering like she hit her head. Leave your nipple alone. I told you they sound the same when they cry to me. I said to me. I didn't say that they don't sound different than me. I mean, they crank up sometimes. They sound exactly the same to me. Yeah, I know it. 16 and 5. Make it 4. Ezekiel. Matter of fact, go on, make it 3. And say, thus saith Yahuwah Elohim unto Jerusalem, thy birth and nativity is in the land of Canaan. What is the land of Canaan? And what's another name for the land of Canaan?
Israel.
The land of Yasharah, the land you want to get to. And where was the Mashiach born? In Bethlehem. And where is Bethlehem? In the land of Canaan. And in the land of Canaan. And it says, thy father was an Amorite and thy mother a Hittite. So who is this Amorite and who is this Hittite?
No.
Oh, that's Abraham and Sarah. And when you go look at Matthew chapter 1, it breaks down the genealogy, and you know he coming from Abraham, and we know we talked about Sarah the other day, that she the one who gave birth to the promised seed. Then it says, and as for thy nativity, in the day that thy navel was not cut, neither was thou washed in water to supple thee, thou was not salted at all, nor swaddled at all. None I pity thee to do any of these unto thee, to have compassion unto thee, but thou was cast out in the open field to the loathing of thy person in the day that thou were born. Did they not tell him to go round there in the barn? Let's go see if that's what they told him to do, because we ain't got no room for you. See, they around here talking about they ain't had no room for them because they were tabernacles and everybody was in town. Like it's the Florida-Georgia game or something. Let's see if Luke chapter 2 got what we want, or is it the other account? Now you can see why that there's different accounts, because it's different things got to be fulfilled. That there would be no way that these heathens would know it. You understand what I'm saying? These people wouldn't know that. How could they know it? It ain't for them to know. It might be marked as the account we're looking for. No, Mark ain't got to do that. Let me go back over there and look. Right, well, right back here in about verse 16 of Luke chapter 2, you gonna swing back over there. You know where you would find we talking about a manger, right? You know where you would find a manger at, right? Where would you find a manger at? Where would you find a manger at? You know what a manger is, right?
It's like a barn.
It's like a feeding trough for all intents and purposes. You know what I'm talking about? And where you usually find feeding troughs at? You know what I'm saying? We didn't have barns, so to speak. You know what I'm talking about? For all intents and purposes, they in the middle of an open field. You know, when you kept flocks of sheep and you fed them you just had a pen. You set up like a fence around them so they wouldn't escape. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't barns in the traditional sense like what we used to. See, we have to train our mind to think about first century Jerusalem and not 1890s America, 1600s America. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to hear a manger first, you're going to think of a barn. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have no barns back then. They had storehouses, but not barns, where you bring this stuff in here and you store that. You know what I'm talking about? See, we got that because of that translation. Let's see what the word that should be there. When he say bring the wheat into my barn, you know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. Let's see. But nah, we can't look at that one now because that translation is Greek. We have to look into it in another way.
But nah, like, what if the animals got cold? They ain't had no type of like.
I mean, they got, that's what their fur is for. What you think sheep got wool for? You know, you got to remember, man, before any of this type of stuff is built, like bovines, cows, those are wild animals by nature. A cow is from the same family as a buffalo or a bison.
Yeah, if they wild, they don't got no barn to go into.
They ain't got no barn. You got to remember, y'all made every animal to survive whatever climate that they need to survive in. That's why they're in the climate that they're in. You know what I'm saying? We built all these things to make the things that we doing a lot easier to maintain, which hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Chickens can be able to survive in whatever climate you put them in because you know what animals are going to do? They're going to adapt. You know what I'm saying? You put a human being in a different type of situation or climate, you're either going to adapt or you're going to die. You know what I'm saying? You get put out in the woods, you know what you're going to do? You're going to figure out what you can eat and what you can't eat. You're going to figure out how to start a fire or you're going to die. You know what I'm saying? It's simple as that. As the old saying goes, it's called sink or swim. You know what I'm saying? That's the same thing when you sit back and you look at the word, man. What you going to do? You going to sink or swim? No, that's the only one where you talk about him laying in that manger. Luke's the only one that talk about it. You know them shepherds coming for them to see that. That's how you know they would. How do you shepherds watching they flock at nighttime? If they were in the barn, they wouldn't have been able to see none of the stuff they see. You know what I'm talking about? They wouldn't have been able to see the star in the Shamahim to tell them to get missing. Which we know if they seen the star, you know what they seen because Luke chapter 2 just told you that. They seen a Malachim. Which is going back what we wanted to talk about when that nigga was talking about that moon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because 9 times out of 10, when you read the word star in the word, it's talking about a Malachim or a son of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's talking about. Y'all do know that, right? Come on back over here to Luke, Ezekiel 16, my apologies. Because remember he said you were put out in an open field, nobody swaddled thee to the loathing. Remember he said the loathing of thy person. The loathing of thy person means you hated. Was he not hated because Herod was sending people out so he could be killed? You know what I'm talking about? This is how you looking at this and realize this ain't got his birth and the time of the situation, the circumstance that relates to his birth has absolutely nothing to do with him being born during tabernacles. Not because I got a problem with it, because we got to deal with one key thing we looked at the beginning of this month of so-called September. Well, that book say that Malachim came to that woman in the 6th month. You know what I'm saying? You can't toss that in the trash. You just can't get rid of that. He came and told her, you're going to have a son. His name going to be Yahusha. This is what it is. It's just that it transplants forward when you get in chapter 2 and she finna birth it.
So that's 9 months later.
That's 9 months later.
So that's clearly around first fruits.
Ain't no way around it. That's in the 3rd month of the year. It just makes sense that he would be born around first fruits. And that's the reason why we say we'll come back and look at Numbers 13 a little different, because he told them to search the land and find the first ripe grapes of the land. And you see these shepherds going through the land looking for this son. You know what I'm saying? Looking for him. This the first ripe. Why would he be born during tabernacles to dwell in a booth? That don't make no sense. Now, you can sit back and look at where he could be tabernacles because he was temporarily dwelling as a man. Hey, I ain't got no problem with that. But I'm going to have to see that this woman conceived in the 10th month of our year to justify that. I don't have that. So I can't say. When I done talked to many people about this, I have no problem with this man being born in tabernacles if you can show me that. When I've had discourse and discussions with people on that, it's never no definitive whoom. It's a lot of speculation. See, no, brother. See, when this was going on right here, see, the Cohen I had a white dude come at me. See, the Cohen came back with a comment so long. I'm like, bro, I'm not finna read all that, man. You just said a whole bunch of nothing. And you expected me to read? The first 3 lines let me know that the rest of it was drivel. Why would I continue? All I ask you to, sir, is, sir, how are we going to deal with, it says the Malachim came to her in the 6th month. That's my only question. I can count, sir. 6 plus 9 equals 15. 15 minus 3. Well, 15 minus 12, pardon me, leaves 3. Because it's 12 months in a year. You know what I'm talking about? That leaves me the 3rd month of the year. Because I'm going to just put that 9 plus that 6, because it takes 9 months to have a baby. 9 plus 6 is 15. Subtract the 12 months in the calendar year. Sir, I got the 3rd month. I'm going to roll with that. And you know, my initial point of even showing that in the past was just to show that he wasn't born in December. Like, where you get wintertime from? Because you're going to have to come up with something for the 7th month. You got to realize that tabernacles is the 7th day of the 15th month. You see them in Jerusalem.
The 15th day of the 7th.
Yeah, that's my problem. The 15th day of the 7th month. Come on back over here to Luke chapter 2 real fast. Now, you got to remember, they in Bethlehem when they had this baby. Now, look at 21. They in Bethlehem when they had this baby. Where's the only place you can make offerings and sacrifices at? In Jerusalem. You got to go there. You got to go to the house. You just can't do that where you want to do it. Let's see what happened. And when 8 days were accomplished for the circumcision of the child, his name was called YAHUSHA, which was so named of the Malachim before he was conceived in the womb. Hold on. This the name that, hold on, that's what we're going to prove this now. This was the name he was called before he was conceived in the womb. Come back to Luke chapter 1.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Come back to Luke chapter 1.
That's it.
Verse 26. And in the 6th month, the Malachim Gabriel was sent from Elohim unto a city of Galilee named Nazareth to a virgin espoused to a man whose name was Joseph of the house of David, and the virgin's name was Mary. And the Malachim came in unto her and said, Hail, thou art highly favored, Yahuwah is with thee, blessed art thou among women. And when she saw him, she was troubled at his saying, and was cast in her mind what manner of salutation this should be. And the Malachim said unto her, Fear not, Mary, for thou hast found favor with Elohim, and behold, thou shalt conceive in thy womb, and bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Yahusha. So that means she conceived in the 6th month, because it said this is the name that she got before he was conceived. He's telling her his name in the 6th month. You know, after she got this name, she conceived not too long after that. You know where they get their basis at? See, it wasn't that it was the 6th month that he came to her. See, Elizabeth was 6 months pregnant. Because, you know, John the Baptist older than him. So that's why I said the 6th month, because it was the 6th month of her pregnancy.
Oh, wow.
That's what they say. But is that what the text say? That ain't what the text say. Let's look at Luke chapter 1 and let's see what happens in verse 36. He said, Behold, thy cousin Elizabeth, she also hath conceived a son in her old age, and this is the 6th month with her, who was called barren, for with Elohim nothing shall be impossible. Now, it didn't say all he told her. It didn't say that it was the 6th month, and this when Mary get pregnant. He was letting her know in the 6th month, your cousin is in her 6th month of her pregnancy. Which means in the 6th month of her pregnancy, guess what that means? That means John the Baptist would have had to been born in the 9th month. And if John the Baptist was born in the 9th month, and he's 6 months ahead of Mashiach, that means a Mashiach still going to turn around and you're going to catch 3rd month. Ain't no way around that. You know what I'm saying? It's right there. He didn't say that she was 6 months. This the 6th month of her pregnancy. He say he came to her in the 6th month, and then he told her, your cousin is in the 6th month of her pregnancy. And then you notice he said that she giving birth, she that was called barren. You know, we talked about that barren stuff just a little bit on the weekly Shabbat dinner. You know what? Sarah being barren, you know, Hannah being barren, and all these things of this here. I want you to go to Matthew chapter 19 before we swing back to Ezekiel chapter 16. Because you know that means if you're barren, right, you can't bring forth no fruit. You know what I'm saying? When we turn around and look at it without a Mashiach, we could not bring forth fruit. Get your Romans chapter 6 and about verse 19 too. We couldn't bring forth fruit. Not fruit that brought forth everlasting life. We were barren. For all intents and purposes, the land was barren, the womb was barren. Matthew 19 and about verse 25. Now, you know, this is when he's telling them that, you know, it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than a rich man to be saved. Let's see what his disciples said after that. When his disciples heard it, they were exceedingly amazed, saying, who then can be saved? But YAHUSHA beheld them and said unto him, with men this is impossible, but with Elohim all things are possible. What did he tell Sarah when she said, shall I have a baby in my old age? What did he tell her? Is anything too hard for y'all? You know what I'm saying? Because you got to remember, he's telling her about you going to bring forth a promised seed. The seed that inherit all things. You know what I'm saying? Which made you get rid of the bondwoman because you the son of the free woman. He said, is anything too hard for me? You know, you turn around and look at, because we were just talking about this when T was here, when she thought that Diana Ross was pregnant. But really, she just had the fat belly. You know what I'm saying? 71 years old. They said she had a tumor. That's horrible. Oh, you know what I'm saying? That's horrible. Because she got a pregnant looking belly. That's a big one. What kind of tumor she got? Shoot, she looked like she carrying Troy and Sherelle in there at the same time. I'm telling you, that woman's stomach was out to here. And it was up high like a pregnant stomach look. You know what I'm saying? So I can see why you would look at it and be like, oh, Diana Ross pregnant. But I know that lady's 70 years old. That womb been done dried up. All them eggs done decayed and fell out. Menopause done came and flushed all that out. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna find out y'all let you live that long. You know what I'm saying? You hit menopause, and them hot flashes go to coming. You know what I'm talking about? And your period stop. Ain't no more period. Because ain't no more eggs. You know what I'm talking about? It's over with. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all can't produce your whole life. Y'all got a set time. It's usually between ages 15 to 40. You got like a 25-year window. You know what I'm saying? Really, your main peak time is really between really whenever your cycle start to probably like your early 30s. You know what I'm saying? That's your peak breeding time. You know what I'm saying? Once you get past over 30, you know what I'm saying? If you had a whole bunch of eggs, them eggs go to steady dropping. Steady dropping. You know what I'm saying? Boy, a man can come and load them up and drop seed till he dead. Till he dead. He can be 85 years old talking about he got a baby on the way. It happens. That white dude from that show back in the day, Odd Couple, well, he was like almost 80 years old, had a baby on the way. You know what I'm saying? They getting it in. They say you ain't gonna be able to. So you know if he was 80 years old, he had a baby on the way, that girl was good and young. Straight pedophile. So what an 80-year-old man want with a 24-year-old woman? Looks like, come on, bro.
Exactly, she grown. You know, ain't like you messing with no kids. There was a kid.
That's a little rough right there, man.
Everybody like that.
That's a little rough right there.
I'm pretty sure you get 85, you gonna be looking at it, boy, if I was young.
How old do you think David was when he had that young virgin woman's belly?
I mean, it don't tell you how young old you was, so I can't speak on that.
I'm talking about he was old.
Yeah, but he didn't lay with him. Say he ain't touch him. He ain't go up in them drawers. So guess what that mean? You just shot yourself.
I mean, he had to go up and draw her, but she was white.
She was his wife, but he ain't hit it. Say, I will not touch her. Say, I just need you to come over here and keep me warm because I'm old and cold. Just hold me. We ain't got heaters around here. We ain't got heating pads like you niggas got. We need body heat. Old and cold. You know what I'm saying? Old and cold. You know what I'm saying? But let's go around that. What that is? 2 Samuel. I'm talking about, but it making an implicit point that David mentioned, I will not lay with her. He explicitly mentioned, how you know, boy, come on, nasty buzzer. Old 80 old behind. That lady, you was 56 years old. Yeah, like this here, man. I don't mind about still be kicking. I ain't looking for no fresh out of high school. That nigga, that kind of, you know what I'm saying, make me wonder about you, son.
I got me a lot. Hopefully she's still kicking it too.
Stop.
To the grave.
Here! Let me make sure that ain't what I want to say. It's at the beginning of the chapter, that much.
For the room.
For the road, huh?
Down.
1 Kings chapter 1. 1 Kings chapter 1 is what I want. 1 Kings 1 and 1. 1 Kings 1 and 1. Y'all all right on their phones? Y'all know I ain't got no sense to be clowning, but I'm trying to make a point right now. 1 Kings 1 and 1. Now King David was old and stricken in years, and they covered him with clothes, but he got no heat. Wherefore his servant said unto him, let there be sought for my master the king a young virgin, and let her stand before the king, and let her cherish him, and let her lie in thy bosom, that my master the king may get heat. So they sought for a fair damsel throughout all the coast of Yasharal, and they found Abishag a Shumanite, and brought her to the king. And the damsel was very fair, and cherished the king, and ministered unto him, but the king knew her not. Cause I know how nasty some of you niggas is. You could be good, sick, cold, whatever. Let me say some blood flow, boy. Let's do it.
Let's get it.
But guess what King David said? Ain't no house. Too old for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm too old for you. You know who ended up getting her? Solomon ended up getting her. And that's what he ended up killing his brother for when he told his mama, could you just ask if I could have Abishag? He said, why don't you tell that nigga ass for the whole kingdom if he ain't spoke of it? He said, man, boy, he done spoke death on his head tonight. That was Solomon's exact word. He said, I bet he be dead by the night. Because he knew what his brother was trying to do. If I can creep up on the woman, I can creep up on the kingdom because I feel it's mine and all the people want it. You know, we dealt with this before during unleavened bread, and the people feel like it's mine. I don't care that y'all said you gave it to Solomon and that I know this and you told me this. I want it though. But see, this is another example of no matter how old we are, we don't get, Yahudim don't get old and mess with young girls. You know what I'm saying? The same way we could go look in Genesis and see we don't get old and mess with young boys. Because Tamar was grown. And they say, man, the other son was too young for her to take. They said, let him get a few more pecan seasons. Then we bring him on around here. And then they didn't bring him on around there when he was grown and she was hot about that. She didn't bring him down there when he was young and say, come on, let me get my son over here and let him come get him some sweet nectar. Because you know that's what a lot of dudes do in the hood. That little boy get 12, 13 years old, they take him to the freak hole house and let him get him some. See, y'all don't know nothing about that. They ain't do that. You ain't know people that did that in your city, did they? They did that in y'all city. Oh yeah, they do. That's going on in Duval County right now as we speak. It's going down right now as we speak. Little boy done hit 12, 13, 14 years old. He got an older cousin that knows some young ho, I'm talking about not no young hoes either. I'm talking about he could be 22, 23, 24-year-old grown women. You know what I'm talking about? Stone cold freaks. Bring the little boy around that boy. Give my little cousin something, boy. He just turned 14, boy. He just turned 12. He just turned 13. You got to give me first shot. You know what I'm talking about? Freak the little boy out. Next thing you know, he like this here, 100 miles and running. Y'all ain't never heard of nothing like that before this. Oh, man. They go down to New Bern all the time. Shoot, man, you got some people around here, you know it go down. But y'all know y'all got some old scandalous freak hoes in y'all city, man. Freak hoes everywhere. Oh, I guarantee you that some of them dudes in y'all city done got one of them little boy, they got a freaking hole on the side, and they done took one of them jitterbugs. You know what I'm saying? They usually be their little cousin. Man, give a little cousin something, man. Look out for him. It's his birthday. He a virgin too. That's all they got to tell a young old freak. He a virgin. Oh, they finna get him loose. They finna get him loose. They don't do that there. They get him a prostitute. That go on across the whole country. White men known for getting prostitutes for their sons. You know, grown men take their son to the strip club and take their little cousin to the strip club old enough that they able to sneak him in.
What?
And a lot of them will pay for a stripper to trick with it. This what happened because what they do this for is, well, we got to go ahead, boy, that drives a cement truck, boy, we got to get him off the schneid. That's what men do. You know what I'm saying? Women don't do that. Ain't no women gonna talk about, come on, baby, I'm finna take you around here to Sweet Penis Willie. He got something for you.
Oh my gosh.
What?
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Sweet Peter Cheetah. You know what I'm saying? Women don't do that. You hit 14, 15, 16 years old, your mama, your aunties, your older cousins ain't gonna be like, boy, I got a nigga around there, boy. Boy, I'm talking about he hanging and swinging, he put it on me. I'm gonna take you around there to holler at him. You know what I'm saying? But men, it's the direct opposite. I'm gonna tell you something, it's the direct opposite. I guarantee you, his daddy did him like that. I know he would. Soon as he'd hit an age old enough, he'd have took it. I got something for you, son. I got a birthday. That's how they tell you, I got a birthday gift for you, son. I got a birthday present for your little cuz. I got a birthday gift for your little bro. He wondering what it is. They pull up to somebody's house thinking he finna get something. They open the door. It's a butt-naked woman. That's for you, son. Go on here and do your thing, boy. Oh, and he's sitting there looking like, I don't know what to do. I'm scared. You know what I'm saying? And the lady gonna just grab him by the hair. I got you, baby. Come on. Take him in the bite room. That happens every day in Duval County. Every day. I'm gonna tell you, it happened in y'all city too. You know what I'm saying? It happens. You know what I'm saying? It happens. That's just like a male rite of passage if you got older male family members. Or your daddy is a freak. Cause some little boys done lost their virginity and they daddy set it up. Like real talk, Pop set that up. You know what I'm saying?
My boy become a man.
Yeah, that's the first thing coming out of his mouth. It's time to make you a man, son. It's time to make you a man. And he'll hand him a prophylactic and say, son, just make sure you put this on now. And sit him in there. Son don't even know how to put it on. He don't even know what he doing. You know what I'm saying? And they gonna be sitting there looking at it like this here, boy, you better go get that boy. That don't want it. Nigga, get it. That nigga stop acting like it. Y'all look crazy, I'm telling you. It's different. Yes, sir. It's different. That's why I be telling y'all, a man, black male coming up is different than a woman because I know I have never, and look like I'm telling y'all about these men, I ain't never heard in my entire life no woman taking her daughter or no older cousins taking their cousin or no older sister taking their little sister to no man to get them some penis. Never heard of it. Never heard. I've been living 35 years. I ain't never heard that there. Yeah, boy, we gonna get such and such. We gonna get her some on her 16th birthday. She gonna get her some. We gonna pop that cherry tonight. You don't hear nothing like, you don't hear no woman say nothing like this here. Men be sitting around plotting on getting their little cousin some, boy, little brother some when he hit about 14. They be plotting. They be 2-3 years in advance thinking about, boy, I forget little brother some, boy. I'm telling you. Yeah, I'm talking about if they know he already had some, even he right, Corey ain't even lying. He might have already been out here getting freaky. They still gonna take him to one. You know what I'm saying? You already know, 'cause you said you was in a family full of boys, wasn't it? All hoes too, wasn't it? Going hard. The exact same thing I'm talking about, you know it's been done, because they done did, you done heard the stories. See, these know. We were talking about that today. You know what I'm saying? People ain't got number boys. When you ain't got number boys, and if they got a good gap in age, because if you got number boys, then you probably got a lot of cousins. And when you got a lot of cousins, you're going to probably have some might be 16, then you got some cousins might be 21, 22, and they been out here getting freaky and getting loose. So what they turn around and do, they going to try to teach the ones up under them do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So then when you teach the ones up under, that's why you have a generation of irresponsible young black men making babies and dipping. You know what I'm saying? Because the ones, them 22-year-olds, they learned that from, because their daddies had them dip. Don't mess around and let their mama be the hoe. You know what I'm talking about? And they seeing that there, they think this is acceptable behavior. So they think you like to see me and my homeboy talk about this, man. Me, Booby, and Fat Boy were talking about this years ago. You can have a son. You hear your son knocking hoes down, you gonna be like, boy, that nigga can't stand. If your daughter was slutting, you gonna be like, that hoe gotta get out of my house. You know what I'm saying? You hear your son out here slutting, that's my boy. That's me right there. That's my boy. You know what I'm saying? Cause we look at it different. It's not right either way. You know what I'm saying? Cause I was telling them, cause Fat Boy had to tell Booby, he be like, man, that nigga don't do that. So you know he ain't go. I'm telling nigga, son or daughter, both you niggas got to go. You know what I'm saying? You can't stay here. Ain't no way you gonna stay here. Cause you know, I done told y'all this before we move on. You come back to Matthew chapter 19. I done told y'all before, ain't nobody getting freaky in my house but me and your mammy. And if you want to get freaky, you got to get your own place and get freaky. I ain't finna be coming in here smelling booty and sex in my house. You know what I'm saying? My wife come in here grabbing, I'm talking about T come in here grabbing sheets and stains in them. Oh, you got to go. You know what I'm saying? You grown enough to have sex, you grown enough to pay rent. And you ain't paying nothing here. That's how you supposed to look. If you grown enough to pull your little penis out, if you grown enough to toot your little booty in there, you grown enough to pay rent. Cause well, you got to get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Cause when you come around here talking about, Mama, I'm pregnant, Daddy, I'm pregnant. Sound like a pertinent problem to me. Better get a job. You know what I'm saying? Who? I'm glad I born when I was born. I couldn't be like this here. Sound like a pertinent problem to me. Better go get a job. Cause you can't stay here. You grown now. It's official. You be like, boy, that's hard. You can't do them kids like that. Watch it. Watch me. Watch me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't taking care of no children. You spoil grandchildren. I don't raise grandchildren. I don't house them. I don't clothe them. I don't feed them. You know what I'm saying? I ain't doing it. You try to really put that in their brain to discover the fact of, you might not put them out. I'm not helping you though. You gonna watch the kid for me? You gonna pay me? Why I gotta pay you? You can pay them white folks to do it. Why you ain't gonna pay me? You know what I'm saying? So you gotta understand and realize this is a serious responsibility. That's all in your lap. I ain't here to do it for you. I'm just here to be like John Stockton, just give an assist every now and then. You know what I'm saying? Every now and then just drop a dime. Maybe behind the back, no look. You know what I'm saying? Lob. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes I gotta sit on the bench because I need a breather. And when I sit on the bench like this here, substitute, I do like this here to coach. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, that's the other one. Need a blow. You on your own. How else you gonna learn to do it? You know what I'm saying? How else you gonna learn to do it? Cause I'd be dead serious about that. You 14 fit, go ahead. Who? Dog? Toot your boot up you want. Go on, toot him up. You gonna toot right on up out of here. Where I'ma stay at? I don't know. Hey man, I heard Salvation Army always got a bed. Always got a bed. You know what I'm talking about? Son come around here, but Pop, what I'm gonna do? I don't know what you gonna do. Gonna live in a van down by the river on the underpass, son, you ain't gonna live here though. But get what though? If we be more firm and you sit back, you go back in the day, boy, you had them grandma like, boy, ain't gonna be no evil in this house. I ain't going for it. And if you do it, you gotta go. See, we don't do that no more. We look past it. Well, you know they young, they gonna do it anyway, so you know what I'm saying? Well, you know how them young kids be now. I don't know how nobody be. You know how you was when you was young, I was stupid too. That's what I'm trying to tell them. Go ahead and get freaked out, put your stinking butt up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how I look at it. If you grown enough to have sex, you grown enough to pay rent and light bills and car notes and car insurance, and you know what I'm talking about, and water bills, and buy socks and shoes and t-shirts and drawers and all that there. Because you going to leave here, boy. I couldn't be, how many of you niggas got freaky in your mama house? How many of y'all got caught? Good for you, cause boy, I'd have caught you niggas. Don't be turning around looking, you got freaking your mama house too, didn't you? Yeah. Took too long to answer. That's a yes, that's affirmative. Well, mouse don't like to tell it, do it. Mouse don't like to tell it, try to think of a way to try to clean it up. Try to clean it up, man. Huh? You don't know about what? What you don't know about, Mouse? Now, everybody else did it, but you the only one ain't did it. Everybody did everything, but Mouse ain't did it. Now, either somebody lying, or somebody lying. Cause we already know you were lying when you did this here. It wasn't no yes or no. You trying to formulate what lie I'ma tell. You know you go to hell for lying, Mouse. You know what I'm saying? Cause pretty much everybody, where else you gonna do that? You ain't got no home.
The other person, I don't know.
Your mama. Never.
Either way it go, this what happened. You was either at your people house, and then you try to go to their people house. Cause you know what happened during summer. Oh, they mamas at summer when school got out for summer, that's when most of you niggas got free. You know what I'm talking about? That's when most of you niggas probably lost your virginity. Especially you girl, that's probably when you lost it. When school got, look how my looking, yeah. Soon as school got out, I would let that nigga blow my back out.
Back go.
Go! You know what I'm saying? Ready, cause that's when it happened. That's when it happened. I'm talking about that's when most of the girls we went to school with, when they conceived during summer school, or it happened on the week, or anytime they could sit around and get around there when we wasn't in school, cause you trying to time when their mama and their daddy ain't home. Cause 9 times out of 10, the boy went to the girl house, they had sex at the girl mama house. That's most of the time, you know, some niggas like this here, but most niggas go, cause the girl like this here, you gotta come to my house. And a nigga willing to take that danger, that journey, of getting caught in this girl house. That's why niggas ain't never had no problem going to sleep with a nigga old lady in their house.
It's my house. I'm on there.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
You got it right. You catch the bus. My mama's gonna come home. You got to go.
You know what I'm saying? Why you think you see dudes get older and got no problem sneaking and creeping in another man's house to lay with his old lady? Cause they been sneaking and creeping, laying with young when they were young, going in the girl they were messing with mama house. Mama coming home hiding in the closet. You know what I'm talking about? How many of y'all around here sneaking niggas in your house in the window? I know you did it.
Oh.
I was in prison.
You said in the winter?
In the window.
Oh, in the window? Your wife.
I know she did it. She told me. I ain't talking about sneaking in and out, sneaking niggas in your room.
Yeah, that too.
You did it too, then, man.
No, I never did that. And that's the truth. I never did that.
Oh, that's the only one you got.
I don't know.
That's the truth.
Your credibility about shot. You snuck niggas in the window. I know you snuck niggas in the window. You snuck niggas in the window, did you? Don't you lie now.
Wow, my daddy checked the screen. Why is bit right there? I had to break in.
Oh yeah, you told me about your daddy. Your daddy wasn't going for that. That nigga gonna cut you and that nigga. Pops come around here doing checks late night. Now I know I left that script.
Why my juice gone? You don't even drink this.
That's nice too. Now ain't it amazing how we can sit back and look at our law and see it did certain stuff our people didn't do that? Just certain stuff we didn't do. I ain't gonna say we ain't fornicate though. I ain't gonna say we ain't commit no adultery. And I ain't gonna say we ain't run no trains, cause we can read about that. That man say, boy, 2 men went in the same maid to profane my co-dad's name. Can't sit there and say that when we can read that, can we? know the people committing adultery. He said they nine after every neighbor's wife. You know that? You know how a horse, he like this here, boy. Woo, woo. Boy, look at his wife, boy.
Oh, man.
For all intents and purposes, in the book of Jeremiah, he said they nine after their neighbor's wife. You know what I'm saying? So all for intents and purposes, these niggas were making noises at other people's wives. Hey, yo! Black! Black! That's what they say. That's what they say in Jacksonville. Hey, black!
It's red. It's somebody black.
Hey, black!
That girl with the hair.
Slim! Hey, Slim!
Girl with the shoes.
Yeah, that's what they do around here. They do this weird. See, when they hit you with that, and you don't answer, what's up, black? Hey, red. Boy, when our homegirl talking about a nigga hollered at her the other day talking about, hey, red, I say, niggas still do that? She said, yeah.
But I ain't gonna change.
She said, hey, red. Baby with the jeans on.
Which one?
You know what I'm talking about? Baby with the locks. Cause I don't know how they do it in y'all
They
city.
say dread.
You know what I'm saying? But nigga in Jacksonville will call out what you got on, so you know he talking to you. You know what I'm talking about? Like, hey, black with their head wrap. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, you call your head wrap.
You know what I'm saying? They be like, hey, thick with the scrubs on. That's what they do. Down here, that's what they do. Before they do all that there, they gonna be like this. Psst, psst. That's what they do. And you don't answer to that, then they gonna get more direct. Baby with the dress on. Ah, baby ain't about nothing anyway. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that's fine anyway.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they go ranking.
That old Babbage hoe, man. She probably died.
Hey, that hair right up too tight anyway.
Babbage. Y'all don't use Babbage mean that's bad. That whole Babbage hoe. That Babbage weed.
Yeah, that's bad.
That's just too big for you. Bad cabbage.
Bad cabbage. That's what Babbage is. Bad cabbage, being bad weed. And it ended up just meaning just something that's bad anything. Then we walk around here, man, that girl sex Babbage.
No, Babbage.
You know what I'm saying? Man, that nigga haircut skills Babbage.
What?
Man, that nigga gained Babbage on the court, man. You know what I'm saying? Matthew 19:26, boy. But what we gotta turn around and look at, I know I said to get Romans 6 and 19 too. What I'm sitting ready to Richard, you realize and understand though, that with y'all anything is possible. Like I say, and we'll look more in depth, just not tonight. But with Hannah and Sarah and all them barren women that couldn't bear no fruit. So they were looking at how would it be possible for me to have it, because you know Hannah prayed fervently. When her husband came, he said, ain't I better than you? Than a handful of children? Then you got to realize the child that she brought forth was a child that was sanctified to Yah from the womb, and that was Samuel. You know what I'm saying? And you would turn around and look at now, Mary wasn't barren because she had never been touched. But the land of Yasharal was barren because he said the land wouldn't be able to give forth for fruit because of the sins of the people that was upon it. Therefore it was barren. But you notice that when the Mashiach was born, the land was no longer barren because now the land is giving forth her fruit. This is why you see them shepherds looking for the first ripe fruit of the land, just like the people who were searching the land. Well, let me see whether it be good or whether it be bad, whether it be strong, whether it be weak. Let me find these first ripe fruit. Let me find this grape. You know what I'm talking about? Let me find it. When they found it, they came back to give a report. We got it. We found it. Here it is. And they took it and put it on a staff between two people. You know what I'm talking about? It's the same thing. So this is letting you know first ripe fruit don't pop up on during tabernacles. You know the law. First ripe fruit pop up when? The week of unleavened bread. Because the Mashiach is the first fruits. That pop up during unleavened bread. You would know if any time this man would have been born, it would have been the first of the year or the third of the year because he first ripe fruit. He coming from a womb. This is her firstborn son. That's the key point you supposed to catch. It says she gave birth to her firstborn son, Yahusha. Firstborn son. Why would he come up during booths then? You know the book makes mention and makes known that this is her firstborn son, right? It stresses that point. We got to get Ezekiel 16 too. We had an hour 25. We finna stop. Matthew 19 and 26. But Yahusha beheld them and said unto them, with men this is impossible, with Elohim all things are possible. Then answered Peter and said unto him, behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? And Yahusha said unto them, truly I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, you shall also sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Yasharal. And every one that have forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or land, for my name's sake, shall receive 100-fold, and shall inherit everlasting life. So in order for this thing that they say who gonna be saved, he was letting you know you're gonna have to give everything up to get it in return. Hamashiach gave everything up to get it in return. Even when you sit back and see that he became barren. How did he become barren? Because when they hit him in the side, everything fell out. You know what I'm talking about? But when he rose him from the dead, then he be able to bring forth fruit, as we already read when we were looking at how his garments were rent, and he was getting up at the evening sacrifice because the dead in the Mashiach rose. At his, you know, you gotta understand something. They rose at his resurrection. That's what it says, right? They didn't rise when he died. They rose at his resurrection. Come over here to Romans 6:19. Then we'll finish Ezekiel 16 and just call it a night. But is it kind of clear for you this man couldn't have been born during tabernacle? Because we had to deal with that devil. Because I seen it all the time. Ain't never touched on it tonight though. At least we gonna know he wasn't born during tabernacle. Because it just don't make scriptural sense now, does it? You know, it's also what also don't make sense. This hard-headed little boy right here. You're supposed to go ahead and hit that Peter Griffin and say, "Are these jokes working out for you? These cutaways, they working out for you?" Gonna go hit the old dusty trail. You know what I'm saying? It's just a crying shame they blaspheme a little too much on that show because they be clowning on them. As y'all already know, that scene where he bust him in the head with that glass is hilarious. And when he told Brian why he didn't like him, Quagmire told Brian why he didn't like him, that was hilarious. I think I might pull that up for my viewing pleasure when I get finished. It's funny. Romans 6:19. I speak after the manner of the men because of the infirmity of your flesh. For as you have yielded your members servants to uncleanness and to iniquity, even so now yield your members servants to righteousness unto Kodesh. For when ye were the servants of sin, ye were free from righteousness, which means you were barren. What fruit had ye in those things whereof you are now ashamed? And the end of those things is death. But now being made free from sin and become servants to Elohim, have your fruit unto Kodesh and the end everlasting life. Because the key thing what Mashiach told you, by your fruits you're going to know a corrupt tree cannot bring forth good fruit and a good tree can't bring forth evil fruit. The whole basis of what manner of fruit the tree going to bring is the seed that it possesses. You know what I'm saying? And one thing that makes a ground be barren is drought. You know what I'm saying? You can have all the seeds you want. You can have the best soil in the world, but without water, ain't nothing gonna come. So you'll sit back and look at it. It's the same way with a woman. She can have all the eggs in her womb she want, but without the seed of that man, she ain't bringing forth no fruit out of her womb. Maybe even in these days and times when they go do artificial insemination, she still got to go get a seed of a man to fertilize that egg in order to bring forth the fruit of the womb. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us use that term fruit of the womb, and when you realize that comes from the word. You know what I'm saying? So we look at this here, man. Come back to Ezekiel chapter 16. I know we had dealt with that in the past. You didn't even know that's why he was in swaddling clothes in the truck.
No, I ain't.
It's already there. Already there. When we look at verse 6, and when I passed by thee and saw thee polluted in thy own blood, I said unto thee, when thou was in thy blood, live. Yea, I said unto thee, when thou was in thy blood, live. I caused thee to multiply as the bud of the field, and thou hast increased and waxen great, and thou art come to excellent ornaments. Thy breasts are fashioned, thy hair is grown, whereas thou was naked and bare. And you turn around and look at Mashiach, they stripped him naked. But when he got up, he was clothed. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I remember he said he plucked out his hair because he was astonished. He got up out that grave. Hair, it definitely came back. He had to be able to multiply as the bud of the field, because when he rose from the dead, them Kodeshim rose with him. Because he said, I seen you polluted in your own blood. I told you to live. You know that man was covered in his blood when he died. They put him in that grave because remember they put that napkin on him. You know that napkin was a token of his virginity with blood on it. I seen you polluted in your blood. I told you going to get up. He said, now when I passed by thee and looked upon thee, behold, the time was the time of love. I spread my skirt over thee and covered thy nakedness. Yea, I swear unto thee and entered into a covenant with thee, saith Yahuwah Elohim, and thou shalt be mine. You see that day he took him, swallowed him, and cover you up. Because this is the messenger of the covenant, like Malachi told you about, right? Matthew 5:17. Think not that I come to destroy the law or the prophets. I come not to destroy, but to fulfill. For truly I said unto you, till Shamahim and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of Shamahim. But whosoever shall do and teach them shall be called great in the kingdom of Shamahim. For I say unto you that except your righteousness shall exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, you shall in no case enter into the kingdom of Shamahim. Praise ye Yah for Yahushua HaMashiach and the word. Y'all understood that this evening?